welcome back to Cindy's podcast, The Sailor's Wife. This is episode 4, and it's been a little while. I went on a cruise and kind of escaped reality for a week, and it was a lot of fun. That's good for another episode, though. But I talk a lot about the women I've met in this town since I've moved here and about the women in my group because I run that conservative women's group. And I have with me today one who I just love her. She's such a sweet lady, and she's Italian, so she's got a pretty thick accent, so I may have to repeat things for her so I understand them. But she's just got a great love story, and that's why she's here today, because there's too much negativity in this world, even though it didn't. It's kind of sad how it ended. There's so much negativity in this world. I just thought her telling, about her wonderful love story coming over here from Italy and becoming an American citizen. And she said she was so proud of that, right?
Yes, I am.
Yes. She's very proud of the fact that she became an American citizen. And we talked about that the other day when we met and talked about how much easier it was back then than it is now. I do think they make it too hard
Today,
for people
yes.
to become American citizens.
Yes.
And
It was
yeah, it was pretty easy.
it was
Didn't
very
cost
easy.
anything. And they need to go back to something a little easier. I still think we need to screen all these illegals out and start over. And they need to come in the right way. If they want to come into this country, come in the right way, do the right things, but just make it a little bit faster and a lot cheaper because it's ridiculous
It,
what they charge people.
it's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
But anyway, she came over here from Italy as a 17-year-old girl to marry a man that she met in Italy, whose mother, I guess, really wanted him to marry a
Italian
little
girl.
Italian girl. And she agreed. She's like, yeah, I can do this. So she packed up her bags and she moved to America and became, was started living with his sister, I believe.
Yes.
We'll call him Bob to
Bob.
protect the innocent. But she moved here and stayed with him and found out pretty quick that this wasn't the life with him that she wanted.
Right.
He wasn't quite the person she thought he was.
It was not the same one I was thinking it was.
She was not.
It was not.
So anyway, from there, go ahead and start.
From there, and I started a new life. January 1st. We went to the January 1st, 1973.
Long time ago.
Yes. I went to visit some family, and there was a wonderful guy settled there, a mom and dad, and a brother and a sister-in-law. And they were looking at me. We have a coffee, whatever we did, and then we went home. And my sister-in-law and my mother-in-law, my family, said, the guy, he really like you, and blah, blah, blah. I said, I don't know about that. It was different age.
Yeah.
And I was only 17. And then the week after, we meet again. And I really like him. He was very kind. He trying to talk to me and everything. And after that, he was come to visit me every night.
Court you?
Yeah. And then give me a cigarette, because I used to smoke about that.
Oh, yeah. Did we all?
And he give me money in my pocket, because I
Wow.
never have money.
Yeah. Because you literally came over here with your clothes and
Just my clothes and maybe $200. 1973, $200. It wasn't a lot of money.
yeah, but still.
And he knew,
Yeah.
because also this wonderful, he became my husband. He came from Italy, and they were poor too. So he understood my situation and what I was
And
at.
he was older, so he was working.
Yes,
He had
was
a good
working.
job.
Yeah, a good job. And after 18 days to meet this guy, we got married.
So talk about a speedy marriage.
Yes.
And from what I understand, your future sister-in-law, mother-in-law, everybody lent you wedding gowns and
Yes.
veils, bought you clothes.
Yes.
took care of you, welcomed you into their family.
like our own daughter.
Yep. And there wasn't instant love. There was instant like, from what I understand.
Right.
You very much like and respected him.
Yes. The love it came after.
The
It was,
love came after.
yeah. The one I fell in love with him was kind, compassion,
Yep.
and he very understand.
Yeah. Very
I would-
understanding for those that didn't understand her.
Yeah. It was kind. It was wonderful, and go out with a life. And we,
Yeah. He wanted you to work. He wanted you to be independent.
yes, he did it. The first thing he said to me after we get married, you're gonna learn how to drive.
Ooh.
I said, okay. So he teach me how to drive. Then I went to work for 6 months right away. I don't get nothing from the government.
Nothing from the government. Yeah.
No, nothing at all. Went to work for 6 months, and then I was pregnant
Oh, I know
with
what
the
caused
first
that.
child. And after that, I have a. We lived with my mother-in-law for 4 months. And then, because he was working in America, after 4 months, we bought a house.
Yeah. And this is all in New York, right?
All in New York. And
Yeah.
yes,
She's a New Yorker. New York
Yes.
Italian.
yes. After we bought a house, and then I have a child. Then after 9 months, I have another child.
Oh boy.
2 kids in 1 year.
So you started loving him pretty quick.
Yes. I was very young, I guess.
Yeah.
It was moving.
Yeah. Well.
And then we waited a little bit, and he was work. I worked too. I raised my kids, and after 6 years, I have another child.
Okay. So you had 3 great kids.
Three beautiful kids, 2 girls and a boy.
And you ended up married for how many years?
We are married for 51 years.
And less 52 less 1 day.
51 has left to 1 day.
Oh, 51. Okay.
yeah.
Because unfortunately, Sal passed
So,
away
The 18th January 2025,
this year.
and we were married January 19th.
Yeah. And he was the love of your life.
He was the love of my life. He was my best friend, husband, everything.
Yes. And I just think it's such a great love story. You know, you come over here, you become a great American, and then you marry an American. Of course, he wasn't always American either. He came over here as an Italian.
Yes, in Italian, he became American citizen.
He,
And one thing he was proud of him, you have to go get American citizen. And I
Yep.
said, say, no, I want to still be in Italian. You have to go get American citizen. And I went to get American citizen in 1974.
and you were proud.
Yes,
Proud.
very proud.
That's the way it should
Yeah.
be. And that's how it should be done. And she said that when they went for the interviews, they would put them in separate rooms and question them separately
Yes.
to make sure that their answers jived up. And
Yeah. To
Yeah.
make sure you say the right, the
right
same
things.
thing.
Yeah.
If you sleep together, what do you cook last night, what do your husband's having, if he's snoring, they will ask all so many questions. But they know we were love, we were
Yeah.
husband and wife.
Yeah. Yeah. And back then, I got married in New York in 76. You had to have blood work.
Yes.
You had to wait 10 days.
Yes.
And then you had to wait 24 hours. And what a pain in the caboodle to get
Yes.
all that done. But you had your beauty. Do you have your wedding picture?
Yes, I did.
I want you to show it because you were just beautiful. Show your wedding picture and your family picture. Upside down.
This is my beautiful wedding picture.
Here, let me see. I don't know if can people see it from there?
Yes.
That's her and her husband Sal. And you look like a little
Little girl,
girl.
the community girl.
Yes.
They call
50th
me.
anniversary. So
Yes.
they just
Yep.
yep. And she really this is kind of an honor, I think, for her to honor him.
Yes.
Doing this is
Yes.
to honor him because he was such a great husband for all those years.
Yes.
And that's one thing I think all 3 of us have in common because I have Peg here on the other side. She's been in my podcast before. We all have fantastic love stories.
Yes.
Unfortunately, yours and hers didn't. Are you crying? Don't you cry.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not.
Don't you cry.
I'm trying.
We
Okay.
went to bereavement class. We did it over
We did it over there.
Okay. They have beautiful love stories. Unfortunately, their husbands have passed on. I still have my love story. We've been married almost 50 years. Mine's still ticking. So I'm still kicking his butt on a regular basis.
That's
keeping
good.
him going.
Keep kicking.
Keep kicking. I
Yes.
know. I definitely appreciate.
I wish I can kick him.
I know. I'll
we
lend you
can.
mine.
You gotta kick yours.
But she had you. Let me see. You have 3 children. How many grandkids? There you go.
Nine,
love this.
9 grandchildren.
Look at that.
I love that.
What
picture.
a great picture. All these children and grandchildren, and there's
And a
Sal.
son-in-law and daughter-in-law is wonderful.
Where are you?
All the way in the back.
Oh, there you are, hiding in the back, the little
Yes.
shorty.
This was
Oh.
80th birthday.
80th birthday.
My husband's 80th birthday, Salvatore.
But this podcast, I think, is a way for her to honor him,
Yes.
for her family to hear how much she loved him, and I think it's a good thing. It's
Yes.
because we hear so much negative and bad marriages, and
I can't say it was a bad marriage.
no,
I mean, it's like a rock. You go up and down,
of course,
of course, but it was wonderful marriage.
absolutely. If you didn't fight every now and then, or
Something
Peg
was
said
wrong.
She never fought, but
Something was wrong if you don't
weren't
fight.
married long enough, I guess. Maybe I don't know. We fought like a Dickens our first year of marriage, but
I believe in my marriage it was very great, wonderful, because it only 19 days. I believe it today. They go out so many years and
my dad always
It's not
told me
work.
it does not take forever to
Right.
fall in love.
love.
You can find somebody and just know, I met my husband in June and married him in November.
See?
Of course, we broke up, we fought. We did all kinds of things in that time, but I told my story, which maybe one day I'll tell that, but I know God was behind my marriage. I mean, too many things happened that were like, that's impossible. That wouldn't work out that way. And that did.
I think God was behind me all the time, all
Yep.
the time.
Saying, go marry that Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my mother-in-law, God bless her, she, when the family says she has no money, nothing, my mother-in-law say, we do everything for her.
They must have really liked you too.
Yes.
And,
They were a very nice family.
and you're still close with them.
Yes, of course.
And that's awesome.
Of course.
Yeah.
They're still up today. They call me to see if I'm okay.
Yeah. Well, that's good because like I said, I don't think we see enough of that. And I love the Italian part of it, coming over here, my little Italian friend.
Thank you.
And then Peg, she lost her husband how many years ago?
31.
31 years ago. And you were married, what, 25?
24.
And
We
he
didn't make
died.
25.
He passed away.
Yeah.
But Peg's story is pretty interesting. If you don't mind, we tell it.
Absolutely.
She had literally seen Jesus right before he passed.
I certainly heard him. I saw the Blessed Mother,
Yep.
but I certainly heard Jesus take him.
And she heard it. And what a warm feeling if for somebody who's recently baptized. And what a good feeling to know that that's where he went with him.
Right.
And that he's taken care of and happy and healthy.
Right. So that's proof that there is God and there is heaven.
Yeah. And some
Because
people
when you
just,
see
if
it.
they can't touch it, see it, feel it, and I won't name names, son, but they don't believe. But I really started believing when I got pregnant. That's when I really started believing because I thought only God could take care of them and me. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But yeah, it's just a couple of great. Any other stories about Sal that you want to share?
Sal was wonderful man, and I
Worked
love
hard.
this matter what. He worked so hard to send the 3 kids in college.
Oh, that's a job.
Very important. He said to us, we came from Italy. We don't have an education about my children that need an education. And they went to college.
Yeah. What did they take?
My son is chiropractic.
Chiropractor. Oh, I should go see him.
My daughter, the older daughter, she's with a business with her husband right now.
Is in a business?
She's my son-in-law is construction. He's built a house and she helped him and everything.
So she does the books.
Yeah. And she did a teacher too, but she don't want to be teacher. My younger one, she went to school for teacher. And then she decided she don't want to be a teacher. She want to be real estate.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Well, she's around here, right?
They're all New York.
They're all in New York?
Yes.
Oh, darn them.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't got them to move down here yet? I mean,
Not
Peg
yet.
got
I'm
her
working
family
on
to move down here.
I'm working on
Are you working on
Well,
it?
you've got a lot of nieces. though,
Yeah.
and
I have a lot of
Yeah.
family over here
nephews
too.
and
You're
stuff.
lucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the one thing that you really lucked out, which I think is almost another little bit of a love story in itself, is you met Peg, your neighbor,
Oh,
and to have somebody you connect with
Yes.
and is there for you 24/7. I mean, I have that too, and it's so important that we have friends like that
Yes.
stand up. I mean, she's going to your bereavement classes with you.
Yes. Sally love her.
Do what?
Sally love her, Peggy.
Oh, Sal, love the three amigos, right?
The three amigos who used to
every
go.
place together.
Yeah.
We used to go everywhere together.
And he was such a nice man to talk to. I know everybody that met him in my group, just thought he was such a pleasant.
He was so gentle. He
Yep.
can't even move her. And he would open the door to Peggy
Oh,
to go in the car.
He would jump out of the car first, and I'd say, so I switched seats so he couldn't do that anymore because I didn't want him to get hurt.
yeah. What a gentleman.
He was very gentleman.
That's great.
And I wish my story help other people to be together and love her.
Yeah, don't give up
I will not
on a
give up.
marriage.
Don't
Never
give up on a marriage. Trying to
through
work it out
Work it out because
because it's not easy.
it isn't easy.
It's not
Marriage
easy.
is
It's a lot of work.
It's kind of like raising kids.
Yes. Yes.
I had a friend tell me one time, nobody will piss you off more than your own children. And that's the truth for me.
It's true.
Yeah.
I got 3 of them, so
Yep. They'll make you pretty darn mad, but you
Yeah.
can bloom with pride.
yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, I'm so glad you came. And Peg, we're going to have you back on again another day. We're going to have to talk about things, I'm so glad you two are both part of my group because I've made such good friends in this group. And,
I'm very happy I met you,
oh, well,
and I'm
I
very,
didn't tell
very
her to
happy.
say that. Huh?
I did say that because I'm very happy,
Yeah.
and I like you,
Oh, well, I like you too, sweetie.
and I love Peggy. She's my friend,
Your
my
partner in
lawyer,
crime?
my pawn, everything.
Your partner in crime.
Crime, that's
so
what
if
crime
you do
is.
something wrong, she's probably with you doing it too. Yeah.
No, I'm the one that gets blamed.
No, no.
There's always a bad
No,
guy.
we
I'm
don't-
always the bad guy.
I
when
never
I'm thinking-
blame her.
Yeah, right.
No.
I know. But, well, I'm so glad you're here, and I think this is a great testament to Sal and what a good man he was. And I'm so sorry he passed away.
Me too.
It
I
was
miss
hard. I know you did, and I know you miss your little buddy.
Oh boy, yeah.
But
Peggy,
miss
she
her.
was
We used
taught
to
to him a
talk
lot,
We used
more
to
than
talk
me.
for hours, he and I,
really,
just
Yeah.
anything
about his immediate family.
Right.
about his immediate family?
That was his thing. He says, most important thing to me in life is my immediate family
Meaning his children.
and his wife, of course.
Well, of course.
And I said, and when you go to heaven, you have left a beautiful legacy down here on earth, and that made him happy.
Oh, yeah. I would think so.
Yeah, and it's true though. I mean, he had that's a wonderful family.
How about you, Ellen?
Thank you.
You have any input about long-lasting marriages?
Well, since I'm coming up on 3 years,
Well, he's got a pretty interesting wife, and one day I would love to get her on.
I'd
here.
love to have her on here because her story, she's from Germany,
Oh,
and her story is,
I have a family in Germany.
Do you?
Yes.
What area do you know?
Austria Bebel. I went to
Oh,
Germany a couple of
Greek.
times.
Really?
Yeah,
I've
Yeah.
never been.
I've been over there, I think, 6 times.
3 times. Yeah,
Wow.
3 times
Yeah.
I went to Germany.
Meeting her family,
Well, her only family over there is her mom,
who's now
Uh,
here.
who's now here.
Yeah.
And her brother is in the Philippines. My wife's brother's in the Philippines, and my wife's sister is in Colorado.
Oh wow,
So spread out all over the place. Yeah.
worse than me.
How are we going to get her on this show? Because she's such a nice lady, and I really like her. She's such a pleasant person to talk to, and I would love for her to tell me her story. Can
I
we
guess we have to
kidnap her?
kidnap her.
Yes, great mind.
Yeah.
We'll kidnap her and get her up here. Bring her up here under false pretenses. And
I have no problem. Her story needs to be told. It really does. It
absolutely.
needs to
I
be
mean, because
told.
it's really.
I left a lot of out. We're not in this, right?
Yes, we're still talking.
Yeah.
I left a lot of out.
She left a lot of outs. There's a lot of story about,
a lot of story about
but she doesn't want to hurt
Yeah.
family, and
Of course.
that's why I said
Yeah.
we'll protect the innocent.
right.
Yes.
But she had a little, it was rough. At
Now it's
first.
funny. It's funny how Grit and I met.
And tell us.
So. What?
He
Grit-
forgot.
Grit, don't listen to this.
Yeah.
The number of years. It was 11 years ago, and I tried one of those online
Dating.
dating sites, and it didn't work. And so
Virginia.
so on this particular site, you could send this little avatar thing, a little wink, to somebody. So she
or a
sent.
wave or
So I was like reaching for the mouse for my computer to shut it off because I was done. And I got this little wink thing. And so I clicked on it and I wrote back and I said, I'm done with this. I'm out of here. Here's my email address if you want to contact me. Goodbye.
Oh wow.
And then-
Okay.
And she did.
And that
Then
worked.
my computer goes ding.
Oh,
And there's the
you got mail.
email. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got the email, and we went out on a date. Actually, we went up. The beach isn't there anymore because the hurricane blew it away. But
Which beach is
up
that?
by Matanzas,
Oh.
where all those houses are
Was she
along
here
the
in
water.
Flagler also?
Yes. In
Oh.
fact, interesting thing is that we never met prior, but I did a lot of handyman work on an apartment complex in Flagler Beach. The guy that owned it used Grit is in real estate. Well, she's a office administrator now, but she was a real estate, and that office was the property management office for the apartment building.
Oh.
Grit has a dog named Tina, who's now almost 16 years old.
Wow.
And I met that dog dozens of times going in the office,
Not
but I never
knowing
met
The
Grit.
owner.
Yeah, never. And so it was kind of cool, then we meet,
Yeah.
the little wink thing. And, but as much as we loved each other, we could not get married because she has had 2 kidney transplants, and her now late husband had the VA insurance, which allowed her to get the transplants and pay for the
keep her
medications and all that
insurance.
stuff. And but it used to be that if you remarried,
You
you
lost,
lost
those
it all.
Well,
But President Trump,
Ah.
the last time around, just before he left office, passed a bill or got a bill passed, or however you say it,
The right to try.
that if you're over 55 and you remarry, you keep the benefits.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
interesting to know because somebody was just asking me about this.
Yeah, you keep the benefits. So she was
Even-
able.
Was she married to him for 20 years?
I have no idea.
What is it with men? They don't get details,
She says that to me all the time. She asks me questions.
Chuck,
And I heard this joke once, and it fits perfectly. The joke was a guy says to his wife, "Hey, Frank just called and says Sam's in the hospital." And the wife goes, "Oh no, what happened?" He said, "I don't know. He just called and said Sam's in the hospital."
that's so true.
And she says, "Well, is he okay?" She says, I don't know.
No.
He just said he's in the hospital. Well, how long is he? I don't know. And it goes on. And with my wife, it's a similar thing. Somebody will call and say something, and I go, "Oh, okay, cool," and then she'll say,
What was that about?
I
don't know.
I don't know.
Oh my God, my husband's loaded with that stuff. It's like, and my son too. I'll say, I'll ask a question. I'm like, did you ask? No. Well, why not? I mean, how do you not? Anyway, of course, I'm a picker. I want to know everything I can about everybody, so I'm nosy, I guess, maybe.
No,
Well,
but that's the man thing.
Is it a man thing? Yeah.
Good. Then I fall into that category.
That's good.
No, because my husband was the same.
Yeah.
Same way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have to figure out a way to get Grit in
Yeah.
here.
She needs to come
Does
on.
she
and tell her
listen to
story.
this?
Not normally.
Okay, good. So
I'll block her on this one. She can't.
Yeah, we'll smuggle her. How are we going to do that? Because her story is, she was from Germany, the bad side,
Yeah. She grew up in East Germany behind the wall.
behind the wall,
Ugh.
and her family tried to escape. She tried to escape. It's a big
It's-
story, and
Yeah.
it's
Don't give the punchline at
I
what happened
won't.
at the end, though,
I
because that's
won't.
the whole story.
we definitely have to have her on here and do
Yeah.
that. So we'll set a date. How are you going to get her here with her mother? Because she stays with her mother. all
Well,
the
right
time.
now, yeah. At the moment, we can't.
Right.
Uh,
We'll have to wait until.
yeah.
Unfortunately, his mother-in-law, has been suffering with dementia,
Dementia. Yeah.
and she's not doing well, and she's on the end of the tour, I think, pretty
Yeah,
soon,
seems like.
it seems like. But, God works in mysterious ways.
Yes.
She was saved, so
Thank God.
just before her mind went to a point where she didn't understand what was going on around her,
She was saved.
she was saved.
She found Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Well, good. Anything else you'd like to add? How about you, Alan?
No, I just told my part of the story. I can't give these, these
Well, you have to last
thoughts
another,
of wisdom.
You have to last another 20 years to be in our club here.
I'll work
right.
on it.
That's right.
Yeah. I've been married almost 50, and she was married over 20, and you were married 100 years. So there you
100
go.
years.
Well, anyway, thank you for listening. And next week, we're going to have another guest on our next podcast about a business, I think, is when she's going to be on. And if you ever want to meet an Italian, just reach out to me, and I'll hook you up with a little Italian girl that moved here from Italy. And I appreciate you listening to my show. And please tune in again for the next one. And are we about done there?
We're done.
Okay. Have a good day.